NancyFKoehn, Forged in Crisis, The Power of Courageous Leadership in Turbulent Times. Welcome to the world of courageous leadership, brought to life by the captivating stories within NancyFKoehn's Forged in Crisis, The Power of Courageous Leadership in Turbulent Times. In this book, Koehn takes readers on a journey through the struggles and victories of great leaders such as Ernest Shackleton, Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and Rachel Carson. These exceptional individuals teach us that true leaders are crafted through experiences, acknowledge their weaknesses while honing their strengths, and recognize when it's time to take the lead. As you unravel their gripping tales, be prepared to discover how each of these leaders emerged from the brink of despair, striving towards their mighty purposes and motivating others to join their cause.
Forged Leadership. NancyFKoehn's Forged in Crisis argues that true leaders are made, not born, as she illustrates through historical accounts of great leaders' triumphs, struggles, and perseverance. With a keen eye for detail and prose skills, Koehn presents a fresh perspective on leadership. Her book has earned rave reviews from publications, historians, academics, authors, and CEOs, making it a bestseller in the Wall Street Journal. The Power of Courageous Leadership. In her book, leadership expert Koehn argues that true leaders possess the ability to detach from the moment and view problems through a wide lens. They take decisive action, even if it is dangerous or unpopular. Courageous leadership is achieved when individuals operate from their stronger selves, have a mighty purpose, and motivate others to join their cause. Leaders learn from experience, understand their weaknesses and strengths, and know when to lead by getting involved in the moment. The Leadership Lessons of Ernest Shackleton. Ernest Shackleton's ability to lead in times of crisis is highlighted in this book. Through his failed attempt at reaching the South Pole and his remarkable rescue of his crew, Shackleton's leadership skills are on full display. The book explores his decision-making process and the tactics he employed to manage life-threatening situations. Even though the crew could not complete their mission, Shackleton kept their spirits up by promising to pay them. His successful navigation of treacherous ice floes and waves earned him recognition as an effective crisis leader. Lincoln's leadership. Abraham Lincoln's commitment to eradicating slavery in America is evident in his Emancipation Proclamation of 1863, and his Gettysburg Address served as a master class in leadership. Author Koehn highlights the businesslike aspects of the address, which can be seen either as innovative or incongruous, depending on one's priorities. Koehn also emphasizes Lincoln's qualities as a courageous leader, including his humanity, doubt, and patience, which recent historians have come to appreciate. Ultimately, Lincoln faced a choice in confronting the limitations of his agency, and he chose to embrace decency and hope instead of baseness and despair. Frederick Douglass, From Enslavement to Abolitionist Crusader. Frederick Douglass, formerly Frederick Bailey and enslaved during his youth, became a prominent abolitionist who risked his life by speaking for the American Anti-Slavery Society. He published an autobiography, started the North Star publication, and was active in the Underground Railroad. Douglass affirmed that the Constitution was anti-slavery and that moral or legal justifications were non-existent for the institution. He played a significant role in the ratification of the 15th Amendment, which gave African American men the right to vote and run for Congress. Koehn commends him as a model for grassroots change towards a higher aim. The Unforgettable Ethicist. An emotionally charged biography of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the ethical German clergyman who founded the Confessing Church, opposed anti-Semitism and died in the concentration camp weeks before the war ended. Though lesser known, Bonhoeffer's message in The Cost of Discipleship serves as a classic in contemporary society. Despite being banned from public speaking and seeing his seminary close, his work on ethics unfinished, the Nazi regime recognized him as a threat. NancyFKoehn portrays Bonhoeffer's passion for his message, adding a unique touch to his life story. Rachel Carson, a pioneer in environmentalism. Rachel Carson's passion for ecological issues emerged during her time at Pennsylvania College, despite the systemic misogyny of the time, and led her to Johns Hopkins University to pursue a PhD in zoology. However, she left her studies to care for her family. Simon & Schuster published her first book, Under the Sea Wind, in 1941. In the late 1950s, Carson delved into ecological conservation and her book, Silent Spring, became a groundbreaking investigation on the negative effects of pesticides. Carson hypothesized that pesticides could change DNA and recognized insects would become resistant to insecticides. Unfortunately, Carson died of cancer in her 50s, but her research influenced a ban on DDT, the passage of the Clean Air Act, and the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency in 1970. Carson's eloquent words and research presented the framework for the environmental movement for decades to come. Inspiring Leadership Journeys. NancyFKoehn's book delves into the stories of heroic leaders, both well-known and lesser-known, and their journeys from near defeat to success. The author creates suspense by opening each section with the protagonist on the brink of failure. However, Koehn takes the narrative forward by depicting how each character finds in themselves a new level of leadership in such moments. Her portrayal of the journeys, successes, and failures of these inspiring leaders sets her book apart as an inspirational read for adults seeking to sharpen their leadership skills.
In Forged in Crisis, NancyFKoehn has drawn lessons from the lives of inspiring figures who navigated treacherous waters and ignited change for a greater good. These 5 unique stories act as a testament to the power of courageous leadership, demonstrating how resilience, purpose, and empathy can impact the course of history. One key takeaway from this book is that leaders are not born, they are shaped through time and experience. With unwavering persistence, they confront limitations and rise to meet challenges, turning adversity into opportunities to learn and grow. In summary, Koehn's analysis of these iconic individuals reinforces that true leadership emerges from within, forged in moments of crisis, guided by the light of hope, and driven by a greater purpose.